North America is home to numerous cryptid creatures, some elusive, others frightening, and still some others are downright dangerous. We've all heard about Sasquatch, champ, skinwalkers, and chupacabras. So today, I want to cover some of the more obscure cryptids, the ones we don't hear about on every podcast, or have hundreds of books and videos about. I'm David, and I want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody who helped me pass my last video's goal of 500 subscribers. Y'all have been so welcoming, and I think it's because, well, let's be honest, the paranormal crowd in general is a bit more open-minded than most. You're looking at the world with a few less blinders on than the average person. The doors of your perception are just a bit more open. But now, I want to ask all you new viewers to help me hit this spring's goal of 1,000 subs. Hit that like and subscribe button, do me a big favor. I take it as a huge personal honor, and I genuinely thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. The Wisconsin Hodag is truly a fascinating and legendary cryptid creature with a rich history and lore surrounding it, even if that history only dates back a couple hundred years. This creature, said to inhabit the dense forest and remote areas of eastern Wisconsin, has captured the imagination of many with its unique appearance and truly mysterious encounters. The Hodag is described as a fearsome beast with a distinct and terrifying look, unlike any other cryptid in North America. It has the head of a frog, the grinning face of a giant elephant, thick short legs set off by huge claws, and the back that can only be described of like a dinosaur, holding formidable spikes. The creature is also said to have a long tail that is tipped with spines which can be used like spears, and witnesses say that its eyes glow red in the dark, and it brings a truly eerie and terrifying presence. The Hodag's skin is described as leathery and tough, with a dark, almost black coloration that helps it blend seamlessly into the shadows of the nighttime forest. The first reported encounter with the Hodag dates back to the late 19th century, when a man named Eugene Shepard, a well-known land surveyor and timber cruiser, claimed to have discovered the creature in the forest near Rhinelander, Wisconsin. It's in the northeastern part of the state, a rural area far away from any cities, where the glaciers have sculpted the land, carving out hundreds of lakes, hills, and valleys. According to Shepard's report, he and a group of lumberjacks captured the beast using a combination of dynamite and sheer bravery. This encounter was widely publicized, and Shepard even displayed the supposed Hodag at local fairs and exhibitions, where it drew significant attention, curiosity, and of course, money. An 1891 newspaper from the area actually carried a photograph of Shepard's beast, with a caption that read, "Hodag, the old one, found near Rhinelander, Wisconsin, captured by E.S. Shepard. The Pines Rhinelander, weighs 265 pounds. The female is spotted black and white. The 19 puppies are the same." However, it was later revealed that Shepard's Hodag was in fact a clever hoax. The creature he displayed was actually a carefully crafted sculpture made from wood, leather, and other materials, and other animals. Despite the revelation, however, the legend of the Hodag persisted, and the creature eventually became a beloved symbol of the area, with Rhinelander actually adopting it as the town's official mascot. Over the years, though, there have been numerous other reports of sightings of the Hodag, or a creature looking similar to it, and each of these encounters add to the creature's mystique. Some claim to have seen the Hodag lurking in the shadows, while others report hearing eerie growls and roars echoing through the forest at night. These encounters often share common elements, such as the creature's glowing red eyes in the dark, and its distinctive, spine-chilling appearance. There's a few different intriguing encounters of the Hodag that I discovered from the early 20th century. The first was when a group of hunters ventured into the remote woods of eastern Wisconsin in search of game, deer or bear. As they made their way through the dense underbrush, they suddenly heard a low guttural growl that sent shivers down their spines. The other account came from a local farmer who reported a series of strange happenings on his property. According to the farmer, livestock began disappearing mysteriously, and while searching he would often find large clawed footprints around his barn and his animal pens. And then, one evening, as he was tending his animals, he caught sight of a beast which he described as the Hodag, prowling near the edge of his field. The creature's glowing red eyes and formidable appearance were said to have left a lasting impression on the farmer, who became truly convinced that the Hodag was the one responsible for the unexplained occurrences. Despite the skepticism, the hoaxes, and lack of any concrete evidence, the legend of the Hodag continues to thrive in Wisconsin. The creatures become an integral part of the local folklore, inspiring festivals, artwork, and of course merchandise. The annual Hodag Country Festival in Rhinelander celebrates this unique piece of Wisconsin's cultural heritage. It draws in visitors from near and far to partake in the festivities, the music and venues, and to share stories of this truly enigmatic beast. The Loveland Frogman, also known as the Loveland Lizard, is one of these intriguing cryptids that has been the subject of numerous tales, reports, and encounters since the mid-20th century. This mysterious creature is said to inhabit the areas around Loveland, Ohio, captivating the imagination of locals and cryptid enthusiasts alike. In terms of behavior, the Loveland Frogman is often described as being shy and elusive, trying to avoid human contact whenever possible. It's believed to be primarily nocturnal, emerging from its hiding places under the cover of darkness to hunt for food and explore its surroundings. The creature is said to be an excellent swimmer, easily navigating the rivers and streams of the Loveland area. Some accounts even suggest that the frogman is capable of emitting a low croaking sound similar to that of we hear from bullfrogs, but this one can be heard echoing through the entire forest at night. The first recorded encounter with the Loveland Frogman dates back to May of 1955, when a local businessman claimed to have witnessed 3 bipedal frog-like creatures standing by the side of the road. According to his account, the creatures stood about 3 to 4 foot tall, had leathery skin, and possessed frog-like faces. Their eyes glowed eerily in the darkness, and they were said to have had webbed hands and feet. The businessman described the creatures as having a distinct humanoid appearance, with long, slender limbs and a slightly hunched posture. The creatures were reportedly conversed with each other in an unknown language before one of them held up a wand that emitted sparks, scaring away the would-be witness. The next report came from Loveland police officer Ray Shockey. It was March 3rd, 1972. Ray was driving on Riverside Drive at 1 a.m. near the Totes Boot Factory and the Little Miami River, when an unidentified animal scurried across the road in front of his vehicle. He stated the animal was fully illuminated in his vehicle's headlights, and he described it as 3 to 4 foot long and looking as though it weighed between 50 and 75 pounds. He reported that its appearance was reptilian or even amphibious in nature, with thick leathery skin. He stated that when spotting the animal, it appeared crouched like a frog, before it momentarily stood erect, climbed over the guardrail, and backed down towards the river. 2 weeks after the incident, a second Loveland police officer, Mark Matthews, reported seeing an unidentified animal crouched along the road in the same vicinity as Shockey's sighting. Matthews shot the animal and actually recovered the body. He put it in the trunk of his car and brought it to show Officer Shockey. According to Matthews, it was indeed a large iguana, about 3.5 foot long, but he didn't immediately recognize it because it was missing its tail. Matthew speculated that the iguana had been someone's pet, that it either gotten loose or was released once it had grown too large. According to Matthews, Shockey was shown the dead iguana and confirmed that it was indeed the animal he had seen 2 weeks earlier. Matthews later recounted the incident to an author of a famous book about urban legends, but says the author simply omitted the part that confirmed the creature was an iguana rather than the elusive frogman. Matthews would later recount the frogman story again in 2016 for the local WCPO TV news. But even with the officer's story of an iguana, the Loveland Frogman has continued to captivate the public's interest, and occasional sightings are still reported over the years. Witnesses always describe the creature as having an amphibious appearance, with large protruding eyes, a wide frog-like mouth, and webbed hands and feet. The witnesses over the years have said that its skin is typically green or grayish-brown, with a texture resembling that of a leopard frog. Now, the creature, in more recent reports, has been said to emit a distinct, musky odor, which has started adding to its otherworldly presence. In August of 2016, a local couple playing Pokemon Go claimed to have encountered the creature near Lake Isabella. According to their account, they saw a large, frog-like creature standing upright on its hind legs. They reported that the creature stared at them for a moment with its bulging and glowing eyes, before it quickly dove into the water and disappeared with a single, powerful lunge into the depths. The couple actually managed to capture a grainy photograph of the creature, which quickly went viral and totally reignited local interest in the Loveland Frogman. Another recent sighting occurred in September of 2020, when a group of teenagers reported seeing a giant frog-like creature while hiking near the Little Miami River. They described the creature as standing around 4 foot tall, having greenish, leathery skin and large, protruding eyes. The teens claimed that the creature watched them for several moments from a distance before it finally retreated into the underbrush of a swampy area, leaving them both frightened and fascinated. The Altamaha-ha, often referred to simply as Alti, is a cryptid creature said to inhabit the waters of the Altamaha River in southeastern Georgia. This elusive creature has captivated the imaginations of locals and cryptid enthusiasts for decades now, with numerous sightings and stories contributing to its enduring legend. The Altamaha-ha is typically described as a large aquatic creature with a serpentine body and a very distinctive appearance. Witnesses often compare its overall form to that of a giant snake or even an eel, with reports suggesting that it can grow up to 20 to 30 feet in length. The creature is said to have a large, bulbous head resembling that of a crocodile or maybe even a sturgeon, with prominent ridges around its eyes. Its body is covered in rough and scaly skin that's often described as being dark green, brown, or even grayish in color, allowing it to blend seamlessly into the murky waters of the Altamaha River. One of the most notable features of the Altamaha-ha is its ability to move swiftly and gracefully in the water. Witnesses have reported seeing the creature swim with a serpentine motion, undulating its long body to propel itself forward. This type of movement allows the Altamaha-ha to navigate the river's twists and turns with ease, making it a formidable and elusive presence in the waters. Additionally, the creature is said to possess a series of dorsal fins running along its back, which aids in its stability and maneuverability at high speeds in the water. The legend of the Altamaha-ha has its roots in the folklore of the Native American tribes who originally inhabited the region. The Muskogee people, who lived along the Altamaha River, often spoke of a mysterious and powerful water spirit that dwelled in the river's depths. This spirit, known as Tie Snakes, was believed to be a guardian of the river, and of its inhabitants, capable of both blessing and cursing those who encountered it. The first recorded sightings of the Altamaha-ha by European settlers dates back to the early 18th century. In 1734, a group of English settlers, led by General James Oglethorpe, the founder of the Georgia colony, reported encountering a large, serpent-like creature while exploring the Altamaha River. The settlers described the creature as having a long, sinuous body and a head reminiscent of that of a crocodile. This early account set the stage for future sightings and what would become the future reports of this mysterious river creature. And despite the passage of time, the legend of the Altamaha-ha has persisted and grown, with numerous modern sightings keeping the story alive. One of the most notable contemporary encounters occurred in 1981 when two men, Jeff Warren and his friend, were boating near the Cathead Creek, a tributary of the Altamaha River. According to their account, they spotted what appeared to be a large, snake-like creature swimming in the water. Warren managed to capture a brief video of the creature, which showed a dark, undulating shape moving through the waters before disappearing beneath the surface. The sighting garnered significant media attention and reignited a new interest in the Altamaha-ha. In 2018, a group of kayakers paddling along the Altamaha River near the town of Townsend reported a similar encounter. The kayakers described seeing a large, dark shape moving beneath the water, followed by a sudden appearance of a long, sinuous neck and head. The creature reportedly surfaced briefly, giving the kayakers a clear view of its distinctive and reptilian features, before disappearing into the depths once more. This sighting, like others before it, remains shrouded in mystery and speculation by both locals, cryptid enthusiasts, and the biological community. The Altamaha-ha remains one of Georgia's most enduring and enigmatic cryptids, with its legends spanning centuries and continuing to captivate the imaginations of those who hear its story. Whether it's real, an undiscovered creature lurking in the depths of the Altamaha River, a spirit or fey creature of some sort, or simply a product of folklore and imagination, the Altamaha-ha serves as a reminder of the mysteries that still exist within the natural world. The numerous sightings, however, both old and new, contribute to the rich tapestry of the Altamaha-ha's legend, ensuring that this cryptid creature will continue to be a topic of fascination for generations to come. The Fresno Nightcrawler, sometimes referred to even as the Fresno Alien, is a cryptid that has captured the fascination of many due to its very, very peculiar and unique appearance. This enigmatic being has been reported predominantly in the Fresno, California area, with new sightings spreading to even other parts of the United States. The legend of the Fresno Nightcrawler is relatively recent, with its first known sighting dating just back to the 1990s. The creature is often described as having a truly otherworldly and eerie appearance, which contributes to its enduring and intriguing mystery. The Fresno Nightcrawler is generally described as a tall, thin, and somewhat humanoid figure with disproportionately long legs and a small upper body. Standing at approximately 4 feet tall, the creature appears to have no discernible arms, head, or facial features of any kind. Its long legs are said to make up the majority of its height, giving it a striking and truly unusual silhouette. Witnesses often describe the creature's movements as smooth, almost ethereal, with its legs gliding gracefully as if it's almost floating just above the ground. The Nightcrawler's skin is typically reported as a pale, eggshell or white color, which adds to its ghostly and unsettling appearance. The first known sighting of the Fresno Nightcrawler occurred in the 1990s, when a local resident named Jose was woken by his barking dogs in the middle of the night. Concerned, Jose went to check the security cameras that monitored his property and was stunned by what he saw. The footage revealed a pair of strange, leg-like figures moving silently across his lawn. The creature seemed to be walking or even gliding in what he described as an otherworldly manner. Jose was perplexed and unnerved by the sighting and shared the footage with a local television station, which aired the video and brought the Nightcrawlers to public attention. I remember being a kid when these videos first came out and were played on different documentaries about cryptids on the Discovery or History channels, and its appearance truly was unnerving and otherworldly, to say the least. I remember it looking unlike any other creature or cryptid I'd ever heard described or even discussed before that. This is a truly unique one. And while the Fresno Nightcrawler is a relatively recent phenomenon, some researchers and enthusiasts have suggested possible connections to Native American folklore. Certain indigenous legends speak of spirits or beings with long, slender legs that roam the forest and swamps. These spirits were often believed to be, of course, guardians of nature, existing in harmony with the land and its inhabitants, and living in that ethereal in-between space between our world and the spirits. And while it's difficult to draw any truly direct links between these ancient tales and the modern sightings of the Fresno Nightcrawler, the similarities and descriptions are intriguing enough to have fueled speculation about the creature's true origins. The Fresno Nightcrawler has continued to be reported in various locations across the United States, with sightings occurring as recently as the 2010s. One notable encounter took place in Yosemite National Park in 2011, when a park ranger named Emily Thompson reported seeing two Nightcrawler-like creatures on a surveillance camera. The footage showed the beings moving in the same distinctive and gliding manner as seen in the earlier reports. This sighting added to the credibility of the Nightcrawler's legend and further sparked public interest in these mysterious creatures. In 2017, another significant sighting occurred in Poland, Ohio. A local couple, Tim and Jane Stevenson, reported seeing a tall, thin figure with long legs moving through their backyard late at night. The couple described the creature as resembling a pair of white pants without a torso, and its smooth, fluid-like movements left them both terrified and fascinated. The Stevensons shared their experience with the local media, and their account contributed to the now ever-growing body of Nightcrawler sightings. And in addition to these specific encounters, there have been numerous reports of the Fresno Nightcrawler now seen in various settings, including suburban neighborhoods, rural areas, and even heavily wooded forests. Yet witnesses consistently describe the same eerie, leg-like appearance and ethereal movements, suggesting a common thread that links these cases and sightings to a real creature. The Fresno Nightcrawler remains one of the most enigmatic and captivating cryptids in modern folklore. Its unique appearance, with its long, slender legs and ghostly, gliding movements, truly sets it apart from other cryptid creatures. And while its origins and true nature still remain a mystery, the numerous sightings and reports over the years have solidified its place in the annals of cryptozoology. The Gumberoo is a terrifying cryptid creature that has struck fear into the hearts of the people of the Pacific Northwest for generations. The Gumberoo is described as a large, bear-like creature with some highly unusual characteristics. It's said to have jet black, almost rubbery skin that is nearly impenetrable, capable of deflecting both bullets and arrows. Its tough, leathery hide gives it an almost comical and grotesque appearance. The creature is also noted for its round, swollen body, devoid of all hair except for in some sparse and bristly patches. Its mouth is said to be disproportionately large, filled with multiple inch-long, sharp teeth, and capable of stretching wide enough to swallow a human whole. The legends of the Gumberoo is believed to have originated from the oral traditions of the Native American tribes in the Pacific Northwest. These tribes often spoke of a fearsome creature that roamed the dense forest, preying on unsuspecting animals and humans alike. The Gumberoo was thought to be a supernatural being, embodying the wild and untamed spirit of the wilderness. The first documented reports of the Gumberoo date back to the early 20th century, when lumberjacks and settlers in the region began to share their encounters with this strange beast. One of the earliest accounts comes from 1908, when a lumberjack named John Gillis claimed to have seen the Gumberoo near the coast of Humboldt County, California. According to Gillis, the creature emerged from the forest and charged at him, but he managed to escape by climbing a tree. Gillis described the Gumberoo as having a grotesque, bloated body and a mouth full of jagged teeth. Another early report comes from 1910, when a logging camp on the Olympic Peninsula of Washington State was allegedly attacked by a Gumberoo. The loggers claimed that the creature had destroyed their equipment and supplies, leaving deep claw marks in the trees and on the ground. Despite their attempts to track and capture the beast, it eventually vanished into the wilderness, leaving only fear and destruction in its wake. While sightings of the Gumberoo have become less frequent in modern times, there are still occasional reports that keep the legend alive. In 1983, a hiker named Sarah Thompson claimed to have encountered the creature while trekking through the whole rainforest in Washington. Thompson reported seeing a large, bear-like animal with a shiny, rubbery hide. The creature supposedly stared at her with beady black eyes before lumbering away into the underbrush. Thompson's account was initially met with skepticism, but added to the growing body of Gumberoo sightings. In 2009, a group of campers in the Siuslaw National Forest in Oregon reported a frightening encounter with the Gumberoo. The campers claimed that the creature had prowled around their campsite at night, emitting deep guttural growls and crashing through the undergrowth. In the morning, they found large, clawed footprints around their tents and several broken branches and limbs. The campers left the area in haste, convinced they had encountered the legendary cryptid. The Gumberoo's unique and bizarre characteristics have led to various theories about its true nature. Some cryptozoologists speculate that the Gumberoo could be a misidentified or exaggerated version of a known species, such as a bear suffering from a severe skin condition such as mange or some other illness. The descriptions of its impenetrable hide and swollen body might be the result of inflammation, infected tissues giving a rubbery or shiny appearance. Others, however, suggest that the Gumberoo could likely be a relic species, a survivor from a prehistoric era that has managed to evade detection and survive in the remote wilderness. The creature's characteristics resemble some extinct species of large animals, such as the short-faced bear or even giant ground sloths. These ancient animals were known for their immense size and power, as well as their unique adaptations, and it's not entirely implausible that a similar creature could have persisted in isolated areas. The Snallygaster is described as a fearsome, dragon-like creature with a combination of both avian and reptilian features. It has a long, sharp beak filled with razor-sharp teeth, and large, leathery wings resembling those of a bat. Its body is covered in scales, which are often depicted as being dark and foreboding. Some accounts also described giant whiskers or even tentacles that extend from its face, adding to its monstrous and otherworldly appearance. The creature is also said to be able to emit high-pitched screeches, which not only strike fear into its victims, but paralyze them with terror. The origins of the Snallygaster legend can be traced back to the early German settlers in the region. The name Snallygaster itself is believed to have been derived from the German words Snallygaster, meaning quick spirits or swift ghosts. These settlers brought with them tales of monstrous beings, and over time, these stories seem to evolve and merge with local folklore and local cryptid creatures. And at the time, the Snallygaster was often used as a cautionary tale to keep children from wandering too far off into the woods. Now, some researchers believe that the Snallygaster legend may actually have roots in indigenous folklore as well. Native American tribes in the Maryland and Pennsylvania regions had their own stories of fearsome, bird-like creatures that roamed the skies. These beings were often seen as powerful and malevolent spirits, capable of not only bringing blessings to the land, but curses upon any people who would encounter them. The first known reports of the Snallygaster date back to the early 18th century. In 1735, a Maryland-based publication called the Maryland Gazette reported sightings of a creature matching the Snallygaster's description. The creature was said to have been spotted by several witnesses in Frederick County, Maryland. And these early recounts described the Snallygaster as a large, dragon-like beast with a piercing cry that could be heard for many miles. One notable historical sighting occurred in 1909 when a man named James Harding claimed to have encountered the Snallygaster near Middletown, Maryland. According to Harding, the creature swooped down from the sky and attempted to carry him off, but he managed to escape its clutches. Harding's account was published in several local newspapers, sparking what at the time became widespread fear and curiosity. The legend of the Snallygaster persisted throughout the years, with sporadic sightings continuing to be reported. In the 1930s, the creature gained a renewed sense of attention when an entire series of sightings occurred again in Frederick County. In 1932, a local man named Charles Maine reported seeing a large winged creature flying over South Mountain. Maine described the creature as having a massive wingspan and a terrifying howling screech. His account was followed by several other similar reports from other residents within the same area. In more recent times, the Snallygaster has continued to capture the imagination of both locals and cryptid enthusiasts. In 2008, a group of hikers in the Catoctin Mountains reported a close encounter with a creature matching the Snallygaster's description. According to the hikers, they heard a loud screeching noise before seeing a large, shadowy figure flying overhead. The creature reportedly circled the group several times before finally disappearing into the night sky. In 2014, a farmer named Richard Daniels reported seeing a strange, winged creature near his property in Boonesboro, Maryland. Daniels described the creature as having a long, beak-like snout and large, bat-like wings. He claimed that the creature had been attacking his livestock, leaving behind deep, claw-like wounds on several of his animals. Daniels' account was investigated by local authorities, but no concrete evidence of the creature was found to support his claims. The Snallygaster legend has prompted various theories about what the creature might be. Some cryptozoologists speculate that the Snallygaster could be a misidentified or exaggerated version of a known species, such as a large bird of prey or even a bat. Others suggest, however, that the creature could be a relic species from prehistoric times, possibly even a surviving pterosaur or other giant reptile. While no definitive evidence has been found to prove the existence of the Snallygaster, the legend continues to thrive, fueled by sightings and stories passed down over generations now. The Snallygaster has become an integral part of the folklore and cultural heritage of the Maryland area, serving as a reminder of the mysteries that still exist within our world around us. Hey y'all, just want to say thanks again for watching, and let me know in the comments, what kind of strange and crazy cryptids would you like to see me cover next? And if you've had a weird encounter or sighting of your own, Let me know that, 'cause that I'd really like to hear and cover.